Well, good evening. Good evening, friends. Happy Friday. Amethyst, hello, honey. Hope you're still here. I'm sure everybody and their mama is going live. So I figured we'll just go live, cover what we can cover for today. Tomorrow is, I promised Too Fast for Fleas that I would cover that 70-page document from the state. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So I figured tonight we might as well take a little peeky poo at some of the docs that dropped today, right? Nola, hello, darling. How are you? Welcome in. Hopefully my audio is okay and I'm not clipping out too much. Sometimes if I have it too loud, yeah, let's turn it down a little. Let's put it like right there and hopefully it's not too crazy. Let me know how my audio is, friends. Anna D, hello, how are you? Welcome in. Willie Miller, hello, how are you? Jackie, hello. Oh, named Ida. Hello. Yes, it is crazy, Amethyst. Cy Ray and his big, huge balls of steel, huh? He put them in a wheelbarrow and he rolled them right up to Ashely Jennings' door and said, "Here you go. Here's my big, huge balls of steel, lady." He came for Jennings' throat. Audio's good. Thanks, honey. Yeah, Nola, it's great. This is some good shit. Cy put his big, huge steel balls in a wheelbarrow, rolled it right up to the prosecutor's office. Some good shit. Echoes, how you doing, honey? How are you? Not even 2 minutes in and I swore, so YouTube's probably gonna downgrade my video, huh? I got my little snacks. I hope you guys got your snacks, got a drink. He sure did warn them, Amethyst. Freckle Gemini, hello. Welcome on in. Live, love, sail. How you doing? Welcome on in. Sidebar, I picked up these Jolly Rancher sour gummies, all fave reds. Yeah. Highly recommend. You got coffee? Miss Anna D. Summer Jade, hello. Welcome on in. So, yeah, there isn't actually a lot to get to. I mean, I know that they're great affidavits, but it's only like 7 and 9 pages. So, should be pretty easy. Swamp Rose, darling. Hello, beautiful Kiki. Hello, honey. Welcome on in. I agree, Echoes. Yes, I think people need to lose their jobs. I think they need to be reported to the bar. I think that it's just going to, this is just the beginning, friends, just the beginning, right? I've been saying it for a while. Anna's been saying, we've all been saying it for a while. And I was holding off. I think I had said probably a month or so ago, right? I too, like Cy Ray, reserve the right to change my mind based on the evidence. Now that we have Cy Ray's affidavit, based on what he's seen, yeah. It's time to release Mr. Kohberger, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. It's time to let him go. P. Fox, how are you? Welcome on in, darling. Christopher Cooper, hello. Yeah, it looks like Cy Ray's going to be the alpha for justice, huh? He sure is. P. Fox, hi, friends. Hi, friends. How you doing, honey? Welcome on in. Bree, hello. JB, hello. Well, we're going to get into it. Seashells, hello. Jameson, yes, you caught another live. Welcome on in. Listen, Linda, how are you? Hello, hello. Mercy Cat, my darling, you're probably going to catch this on the replay. You're probably already in bed. Maybe you'll catch this tomorrow. Love you, Mercy Cat. Hopefully, when you finally get to hear this, it makes your day, darling. Tracy McDaniel, hello. How are you? Yeah, I agree. Now it's enough, right? I was really waiting to see like how Cy Ray was going to handle this, right? Is he going to come out swinging? I always had a feeling he was going to. Oh, Bree, you can't become a member, honey. I haven't turned those on. I'm not going to turn on memberships. I don't know, because I feel like I don't even know what to give people as a bonus. Thanks, Bree. You're amazing. I appreciate you. Yeah, I haven't turned on memberships, honey. I can, but what do I give you if I have memberships, right? What extras are you going to get from me? I don't make videos. I don't know how to edit them. And half the time my audio is fucked up. So I'm not going to turn on memberships. But thank you so much for your, what is that, a super sticker? Yes, super sticker. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. But yeah. All right. So I'm thinking what we're going to do here. You like that, Bree, right? I'm not going to turn on memberships, honey. I have nothing else to give you except when I come on here to read docs, which we all do together anyway, right? So you don't need a membership for that. But yeah, that's right, Okie Granny. That's right. Everybody's all equal here. No memberships. I do get a lot of supporters, though. I got to tell you, I have some amazing people. You know, they throw $5-10 in the Cash App, and I chuck it right into the Starbucks fund, and it all works itself out in the end, right? I'll always take a free coffee. That's right, Twiz, darling. Free BK is right. I was just saying that, darling. Now that I've read Cy Ray's affidavit, yeah, it's time to let the man go. It's time to say you're sorry. You fucked up. Go after the right people and let him go. Just my opinion. Twiz was right. Well, yes. We all were right, darling. It's all of us. We all have been saying for a very long time, something's not right here, right? And based on what Cy put in this affidavit, well, now that we know he's basically put his huge steel balls into a wheelbarrow and rolled it right up to the prosecutor's office door, well, I say it's time to, State of Idaho better figure out what they're fucking doing and demand, Mercy Cat, darling. There you are. I was just saying, Mercy Cat's probably going to catch this on the replay tomorrow. And that I love you and this is good shit. I figured you may catch this tomorrow. I thought you might already be in bed, darling. Thank you. By the way, obviously I can't message you back on Cash App, but I just want you to know that, you know, how grateful I am for people like you. And I consider myself very blessed. And I love you, darling. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. But yes, need some Z's. Well, we all know they can't go after. Well, I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know what they're going to do here. But, you know, it is what it is. It would appear the entirety of the defense experts are coming for their asses over there in Idaho, is what it would appear. Becca Barlow, Leah Larkin, Stephen Mercer, you know, Slavinsky, Cy Ray, the list just keeps growing, right? They added on Barbara Wolf a while back. I mean, it is what it is, okay? You're in bed, Mercy Cat. Oh, see? I knew it. I'm like, oh, she's probably in bed, gonna pass out. That's all right. I hope you're snuggly warm and you enjoy this. It's going to be quick. It's only like 9 pages, so it's nothing too crazy. Augusta, welcome on in. Lady Leo, how are you, honey? Welcome on in. You're afraid he won't be safe if he gets out? I think he'll be safe. I think if the state of Idaho is they're forced to, we fucked up. Sorry. His name has to be cleared entirely. This can't just be he gets off on a technicality, and I've said that before. The defense is coming for everybody's ass, and they plan on clearing him entirely, using the state's own case to do it. In my opinion, is what's going to happen. They're going to take the state's own case, the state's own evidence, and they're going to show how bad I mean, Cy's affidavit just knocks it out of the park, and this is how we know how bad it is, right? Because Cy, under any other circumstance, would normally be testifying for the prosecution. And I can guarantee you, if Cy Ray's affidavit today came out and all of it was against Bryan Kohberger and implicated Bryan Kohberger, guess what? The mainstream media would be on every fucking channel. We'd never be hearing the end of it. How the defense's own expert found out via CSL. Watch, they're going to do nothing but trash this guy because he is speaking on behalf of Bryan Kohberger's innocence. So you watch how hard the mainstream media is going to come for Cy Ray, and they're going to try and discredit him, and they're going to try and besmirch his good name. And they're going to do it because if Cy Ray had come out against Bryan, they'd be licking his damn boots. And that's a fact. But because he's not coming out against Bryan, he's coming out in support of his innocence, they are going to try to trash this man. And you know what? I guess, he's got the testicular fortitude to handle it, is my opinion. I think even if the mainstream media tries to go for him, it's okay. He's got the testicular fortitude to handle that, and he'll be just fine. He's a big, big, grown man who can handle himself, especially with that little firecracker of a wife he has over there, too. Also hitting them 1-2 punches on his behalf. So, you guys know what I'm saying, right? If this affidavit that Cy Ray put out today was in support of the prosecution in the state of Idaho, they'd all be licking his taint. And we all know it. Now he's moved up to captain. Okie granny. He went from sergeant to captain. You get what I'm saying, though, Swamp Rose, right? You know it, darling. You know it. If this affidavit supported the state, forget it. They'd all be licking Cy Ray's boots. Yeah. Just call him Miley Cyrus. Yeah, I love Carrie. Cy is obviously, I know how much everybody loves Cy, but I gotta tell you, his wife, in my opinion, I don't know. Love them both, but I gotta tell you, Miss Carrie, I could definitely hang out with her, drink some really good Italian red wine, eat some of the finest dark chocolates, and just have amazing conversations about crimes. And I feel like that would be a great day. So I'm looking forward to it when this is all over. I would like to go visit Mr. and Mrs. Ray out in Arizona and just drink some good wine by the fire and eat some delicious, amazing European dark chocolates with her and him and discuss all the things that they can't discuss now, I would love to pick their brains. Yeah. Swamp Rose, I know you know, baby girl. All right. All right. So enough of my rambling. Kane, you'll have about 14 minutes to get through. Mods, love you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to share screen with you guys, and once I go into another window to read, I can't see you. Kate, how are you? Cy is neighbors with your dad. Oh, well, you just tell your dad to go ahead and go on over and give him all of our love, huh? All right, so let's do this. Yeah, as you guys know, once I go into another window to start reading, I can't see you in chat, but my mods will welcome you in, and I hope everybody's having an amazing Friday night. Let's see. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Damn it, Annie. Which one is it? Maybe it's that one. Yes, bring him some gin. Here we go. That's the right one. All right, it's only 9 pages. We'll make it easy. I'm not even gonna. I mean, whatever. I don't need to read the other stuff. I mean, whatever. Yes, it's the order, right? They put in their little yep. Now we're gonna drop our little CSLI declaration here, right? Vague and undisclosed expert testimony. That's all it is. It's just 2 pages. Oh no, wait, I lied. Hang on. Do I have 2 of the same thing open? Annie, get your life together. No, because one says 7 pages, one says 9. Okay. So we'll get to the 7 pages first. Hang on. Sorry, friends. Oopsie. My bad. All right. 7 pages, 9 pages. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, and if you can hear a little bit of music going in the background, Lady Gaga, sorry, teenager upstairs with your music blaring. It is a Friday night after all, huh? Sally Shepherdson, hello. Welcome on in. All right, guys. I'm going to start reading, okay? First time hearing it. You've been sleeping today, P. Fox? Oh, well, here you go, honey. Kane B, what up? You made it. Hello. Welcome on in, friend. We got 2 things to go through. 7 and 9 pages. Shouldn't take too long, but holy crapola, are they just some big old whoppers. Oh, I'm sure they're just fine, JB. I don't worry about sign carry. They're just fine. Don't you worry about them. They can handle themselves. Yes, agreed, Tracy. All right, mods, take care of chat. Everybody, thank you for being here. Happy Friday. I know you could be, there's probably 100 other people live and you're hanging here with me, so I appreciate you. Let's get to reading. All right. Affidavit of CSLI regarding vague and undisclosed expert testimony regarding Special Agent Nicholas Balance. It's coming for Balance's entire ass. All right, State of Arizona, County of Maricopa. I am an adult over the age of 18, and I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth in this affidavit. To avoid repetition, please refer to my training and experience in the accompanying affidavit, Affidavit of CSLI, referencing timing data. In preparation, this affidavit, I have reviewed the motion in limine number 2, vague and undisclosed expert testimony filed by the defendant on 2/24/2025. I have reviewed all of the state's responses in reference to this motion, as well as Special Agent Balance's draft report and final report. Make that bigger for you guys. I am addressing the matter of FBI Special Agent Nicholas Balance's anticipated testimony in this affidavit and what has not been disclosed. I have reviewed the initial reports, final report, first discourse, first disclosure, second disclosure, and now the third disclosure. Despite this progression of disclosure, Special Agent Balance's opinions on the relevant issues at hand still have not been disclosed. Mingya. I have reviewed disclosures in reference to Special Agent Balance's interpretations and opinions relating to AT&T call detail records. They are vague and at times contradictory. At this time, I am unable to identify his methodologies and or resulting opinions on most of his work, preventing me from any real analysis to determine the basis of his opinions. The disclosures in reference to the facts and data relied on by Special Agent Balances to form his opinions regarding AT&T call detail records are conflicting and void of substance. Ouch. Burn! His work does not contain his methodology other than a paragraph. He does not mention AT&T handoff data, drive test mapping, or any other critical methodology required in this analysis. The report does not provide explanation of why Special Agent Balance may or may not rely on AT&T data, preventing me from any real analysis of his opinion. I regularly work as a subject matter expert, and it is standard in my field for expert opinions to be well documented and based on accepted best practice or methodology, which, as we can see here, the state has not turned over any of that for Special Agent Balance. The facts and data relied upon to reach an opinion are known and disclosed. Right, which Balance also has not done, or if he has, the state is withholding it. Special Agent Balance's work is departure from the field standard. Right, 100%. He has not disclosed his methodology and analysis for his opinions. This is partially due to contradicting methodologies that have been disclosed. This is partially due to vague work product absent of any real substance as to facts and data. Holy shit. Let's read that again. Partially due to contradicting methodologies that have been disclosed, also partially due to vague work product absent of any real substance as to facts and data. This is partially due to changes that evolve through iterations of work product without explanation and documented by facts and data as a basis. I did note that Special Agent Balance has a dual role in this case. He is an expert witness for the state, and using these same skills, he was involved in the actual investigation from the onset. He was co-located with investigators throughout the investigation. His opinions and interpretations were relied on by investigators and prosecutors. These interpretations and opinions found their way into every probable cause statement supporting search warrants against the defendant. He is referenced in nearly every search warrant issued. His opinions and interpretations were an integral piece of building probable cause against the defendant. Unfortunately, most of his opinions and interpretations provided to investigators and prosecutors are not supported by the evidence in this case. It is this very reason I was awaiting Special Agent Balance's report detailing the facts, data, methodology, and analysis relied on to make such egregious errors. I expected to see work that explained the conclusions as well as properly addressing omitted analysis and errors in the work. The omitted work in this case is exculpatory to Mr. Kohberger. The intentional omission of exculpatory evidence. Special Agent Balance did not include analysis of AT&T handoff data provided by AT&T for the defendant's mobile device on November 13th, 2022, between the hours of 2:30 and 3 a.m. Motherfuckers. The handoff data in the defendant's AT&T records during this time is exculpatory to the defendant. Special Agent Balance did not include an analysis of AT&T data regarding 23 time periods in his report that he appears to be suggesting the defendant was at or very near the crime scene. This opinion appears to be based off cell tower connections, primarily handoff connections in the defendant's AT&T records. It is difficult to determine the process or methodology Special Agent Balance relied on to suggest this connection for several reasons, because the AT&T records do not support the statement. Oh, you dumb motherfuckers, man. You never thought Cyray was going to come in and just fuck your whole world up and throw a wrench right into it, huh? Because that's what he did. Cyray came, he took a big old huge, one of those big huge wrenches, and he just fucking threw it right into the state's case, right into their whole operation. He just monkey wrenched that shit right up. There is no report or analysis detailing the defendant's movements between June and December of 2022, which would be needed to surmise the defendant's phone was at or near the crime scene 23 times prior to the homicides. So yes, Special Agent Balance, since there is no report or analysis detailing the defendant's movements from the entire time between June and December of 2022, how in the actual fuck of all fucks to give did you surmise that the defendant's phone was at or near the crime scene 23 times prior to the homicides? Where is the report and the analysis and the methodologies that you use to come up with this absolute horse shit? That's what Cyray is saying here. I'm translating for Cyray. There is no mapping showing the network connections relied upon. Motherfuckers. There are no drive test coverage maps other than one cell site. A recent disclosure about what Special Agent Balance may testify to reads, quote, handoffs are mapped on a case-by-case basis, which is determined by the needs of the investigation, end quote. Here's Cy's response to that bullshit. From my experience as a subject matter expert in this field, this claim is outside of any established best practices or reliable methodology of analysis. In other words, from my experience as a subject matter expert in this field, this claim is absolute fucking horseshit, and Special Agent Balance shouldn't be making it. The standard is that all data must be analyzed and considered, regardless of how it impacts the investigation, meaning Special Agent Balance. When you saw all the exculpatory phone data, you shouldn't have fucking buried it, regardless of how it impacted the investigation. If it was exculpatory, oh well, that's how it should have been presented, and you motherfucker should have moved your investigation along elsewhere to where it needed to be focused to, not on the exculpatory person. I have reviewed the disclosures about what Special Agent Balance will testify to and do not find the disclosures provide any further analysis to support his opinions. Quote, this is Special Agent Balance's quote, the first cell site recorded in the session is the only cell site that is chosen based on measurements made by the cell phone representing the Hess signal from these measurements and ranking surrounding cell sites. Cy's response, well, guess what, Balance, this theory can be disproven with the AT&T records themselves. No, I Balance, because they're a fucking exculpatory. This response does not explain why he would use handoff data at certain times while ignoring them at other times. Well, you're going to ignore them, Cy, because, well, fuck, they're exculpatory. Another quote from Balance here. The coverage maps are created using the actual measurements taken by the GAR and interpolation using the natural neighbor algorithm. In other words, it's looking at known values at known locations to determine the expected value at a location where a measurement couldn't have been taken. The natural neighbor algorithm was first published by Robin Simpson in 1981, and it is widely accepted in both academia and as an industry standard in determining the coverage of a particular cell site within a broader cellular network. End quote. Size response. This statement falls well short of any real disclosure of how the GAR product estimates cell site coverage areas. I have been in direct contact with Gladiator Forensics, and this statement contradicts what Gladiator Forensic communicated to me about their own products. Another recent disclosure from Nicholas Balance states, quote, let's see, page 13 depicts cellular phone usage by the 8458 phone on November 13th, 2022, and Balance is expected to testify that when the 8458 phone interacted with the AT&T network at 2:47 and 29 seconds in the morning, the phone was not at the Bryan Kohberger residence, marked BK on the map. Of course, it was marked BK and not at Bryan Kohberger's residence. Of course it was. Of course it was. Ay, 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 ay. Of course, it was marked BK, but it's not at the Kohberger residence. Oh, well, gee, I wonder why that could be. I wonder why that could be. Fucking son of a bitch. Wow. Dear Lord. The phone was not at the Bryan Kohberger residence, marked BK on the map. Rather, it was southeast of the Bryan Kohberger residence, as depicted by the drive test data. Balance is also expected to testify that he analyzed additional handoff data that occurred during his data session and that the 8458 phone stopped communicating with the network at 2:54:45 seconds a.m. End quote. Size response. This disclosure does not provide an analysis or opinion as to what Special Agent Balance found when he analyzed the additional handoff data that occurred during the session. Well, yeah, because, well, my speculation, purely my opinion and speculation, maybe, just maybe, he didn't want to tell anybody what he found when it comes to the additional handoff data. Well, because maybe, just maybe, oh, that's right, it maybe, just maybe, might be a residence close to Kohberger's. Also marked as BK, just a wild guess. No facts here, just my opinion. Special Agent Balance conducted a significant amount of drive test data and has not provided that data to support his work. Drive test data is collected when an investigator takes radio frequency survey equipment out into the field and collects signal measurement of the cellular network. By driving specific grid patterns throughout an area, it is possible to capture enough data to reliably estimate a cell site's coverage area. In this case, Special Agent Balance and Special Agent Kennedy spent several days conducting drive tests in and around Pullman and Moscow. In all, they collected well over 500,000 data points. Enough data to effectively map the coverage area of all relevant cell sites related to this case, that being roughly 24 cell sectors. Special Agent Balance has only produced coverage mapping for 4. So he's missing 20 sectors here, even though he mapped them all. Interesting. Special Agent Balance has collected the required data and does have access to the required software to map all of the sectors he analyzed in his drive test efforts. The conversion of raw data to a coverage image is relatively non-existent when compared to the effort required to collect the data. Meaning you put in all this effort to collect this data, motherfucker, and then, your conversion of your raw data here, it's basically non-existent. Where is the rest of it? You mapped out 500,000 data points, enough to cover 24 cell sectors, and you're only turning over the information for 4. Why is that exactly? Special Agent Balance, in accordance with FBI CAS policy, had his work product, quote, peer-reviewed, end quote, by another FBI CAS agent, Special Agent Kennedy. I'll take a guess here. Special Agent Kennedy probably didn't peer review shit. There are official reports stating Special Agent Kennedy did, quote, peer reviews, did a peer review of Special Agent Balance's work product and signed off on it as being complete and accurate. I created the first subject matter expert certification course in the United States in this field for state and local law enforcement. I have taught this course for over a decade, certifying over 100 subject matter experts in the field. Part of that course includes the peer review process. The standards in the field dictate that data must support the peer review. I have personally completed well over 50 peer reviews myself. The state has not disclosed the required data to support a peer review of Special Agent Balance's work, meaning, well, even though Special Agent Balance here says Mr. Kennedy peer-reviewed his work, there's no data that would support that. We've seen absolutely nothing to show from the state. They have not disclosed anything that would show this work was peer-reviewed by this Special Agent Kennedy fella. Let me come back over to chat. Wait, was that the last of it? Did I get it all? I did. Let's come back to chat. Well. What do you guys think? Oh, welcome on in. There's 124 people here. Welcome on in. Hello. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I was in another window reading. Clifton Mayo, welcome on in. California Kane, hello. I'm seeing y'all. I'm getting to it. Too fast for fleas. Beautiful. There you are. Hello, honey. Don't worry. I got you on the list for tomorrow, baby girl. We'll take care of you tomorrow, honey. You'll get your 70 pages. Too fast for fleas, a super sticker. What is that? Super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat. I'm sorry I was in another window reading. I am me, Paco. Who else? Freckle Gemini. Hello. Detective Maori. Hello. Moonlight. Oh my God, another super sticker. Hello. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Elisanda. Hola. ¿Cómo está, mi amiga? Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my goodness, there's so many people here. If I'm missing you, I'm sorry. Sally Shepherdson. Hello. Thank you, Kane. I appreciate you so much. Everybody smash the like, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. I mean, if you're hanging out, do something, right? Happy Friday. Yeah, so Cyray is bringing just the big balls, the big guns. He put his big, huge tungsten steel balls into the wheelbarrow and rolled them right up to the fucking State of Idaho's front door and said, well, let's go. Time to tussle, right? Time to have a little sparring session. Life of Riley, hello. How are you? Audrey, where are you? Audrey, there you are. Hi, honey. Oh my goodness, hello. Welcome on in. All right. So, what's a add a girl sticker? A super sticker? Is that what that is, honey? Super stickers? I'm not even sure what these things are. I have to till it shows up on the screen. You don't even know what the fuck it is. Oh, well, thanks, Paco. Yeah, he's dragging his balls all over the state of Idaho. That's right, I am me. Literally, he's dragging his balls across Jennings' face. Wait till we get to the next one. He's teabagging her. He's just teabagging her in the next one. Wait till we get there. That's literally what he's doing. Wait till we read his affidavit. He just takes his balls and he drags them across Jennings' face. You know, that's what we're about to read next. And it's fucking amazing. You know, I'm here for it. Here's why I'm here for it. Because I don't like corrupted liars, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing these corrupted ass law enforcement and prosecutors in this case having Ray drag his huge steel balls right across their lips. I'm looking forward to it. Not gonna lie. It's gonna make my day. It's gonna make my year. Really is. All right. Let's get into the next one. Mods, love you. Audrey, Mercy Cat, Kane, Twiz. Who else? Meg P, if she's here, if I missed you, honey. Oh my God. Where's for fuck's sake Fitziana? Swamp Rose. Shit. There's Meg P. Hi, honey. I didn't mean to miss you. Typically unique. Hello. I'm sure I'm missing my other mods. If I'm forgetting you, I'm sorry. Brain fog is still real, friends. I'm trying to keep my brain together and, you know, we're getting there. Where's Willie? Now that I think of it. Yes, Clifton Mayo, that's right. The state chose to pursue Mr. Kohberger at its own peril. Well, looks like Ray is coming in with the guillotine. He's literally coming to clip nuts, right? So let's stop sharing this. Ray is coming to clip people's nuts. It is what it is. Let me save this, and I can close it out. And we'll get to the affidavit. Mercy Cat, I hope you're still awake, darling. It's 9 pages. It won't be long. And then you'll be able to drift off to sleep and have sweet dreams of Ray and sugar plums dancing in your head, right? Let's get to the next one here. I'm having a damn hot flash. Hang on, friends. All right, it's this one. Give me 1 second. Oh, Willie's on Dinky's right now. Oh, that's right. Good. Dinky's back. That's right. I forgot. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that's okay then. I'll let it slide this time. You know what I mean? Ow. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Holy shit. Hang on. I got to take my sweater off. I'm having a hot flash. Listen, for all of you who don't know what it's like to get old, okay, I envy you. To be young again and not have hot flashes. You lucky little shits, you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Whew. My God, what's happening? Hang on, let me grab a drink. Okay, so as we all know, I have a bubbly. That means there will be hiccups likely incoming. Sorry, friends. He said he was getting pizza for his daughter. Who is Willie? Oh, good. I'm glad he's getting her a pizza. He should buy her whatever she wants because I said so. Okay. Who's going to sleep? Catacomb Man. Am I going to sleep? No. Mercy Cat's probably going to sleep soon, though. Yep. Dinky's going right now. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you know, you could always have Dinky open on a tablet and then, stay here too. Twiz, what's so funny? Do you like it that I said that was dragging his balls across Jennings' lips? So funny to you. He came to drag his balls across their faces. All right, let's get into this. My Mercy Cat wants to go to bed, and I want her to hear this. This is all for Mercy Cat, really. Not that I don't love you all, but this is for her. Which one is it? Is it going to be this one? I think it's this one. Dinky just ended. Oh, okay. Brutally honest, I saw you out of the corner of my eye. Welcome on in. All right, friends, let's get to this next one. I want to read this so that my Mercy Cat can go to bed and have a wonderful night's sleep. And then, yeah, you're going to stay up for your Cy-Ray bedtime story. Well, here it is, darling, just for you. All right, here we go. Comes now Bryan C. Kohberger, by and through his attorneys of record, and hereby files the accompanying affidavit of Cy-Ray in support of their objection to the state's motion in limine regarding AT&T timing advance records filed with the court March 17, 2025. This affidavit is filed pursuant to the court's March 18th, 2025 order denying witness testimony at the April 9th hearing. Oh, you want to deny me my testimony? I'm going to come drag my balls across your face. Here we go. Affidavit of Cy-Ray. I am an adult over the age of 18, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we get it, Cy. We know you're an adult. I have been working in the field of call detail record analysis for over 25 years. I became a certified police officer in the state of Arizona in 1996. I worked with my first set of AT&T records in 1997. I spent nearly 20 years in law enforcement in the primary role of a detective. I have worked hundreds of death investigations and consulted over 1,000 homicide cases in my career. Eat that, pain. In my role as detective, I gained extensive experience utilizing call detail records and exploiting cellular networks for investigative-related purposes. In 2014, I retired from law enforcement and started a business called ZX that created software for law enforcement to map and analyze call detail records. As part of that business, we maintained software that supported every known call detail record provided to law enforcement in the United States. Every. That means all. Not some, not 10%, not 30%. It means all. To date, the system has analyzed over 3 billion calls from call detail records provided by cellular phone companies in the United States. Sidebar, Twiz, darling. Quick question. When they're mapping all of these, right? Is it updated on a yearly basis? How often, right? The reason that I ask is because this crime occurred in 2022, correct? So 2.5 years later, shouldn't they have all of those calls from that night mapped by now? Shouldn't they have all the call detail records for November 13th, 2022 mapped by now, darling? 2.5 years later. Twiz, are you here? I know you're here. Twiz, darling. Yes, there you are. Hello. Did you hear me? Did you hear my question? So with this, the mapping of the call detail records and the fact that they have mapped 3 billion, one, how often do they update? Is it yearly, monthly, whatever? Two, now that we are 2.5 years out from November 13th, 2022, shouldn't they have all of those call detail records from November 13th, 2022 mapped by now? Twiz. I'm not talking about Bryan. I'm talking about ZX, darling. I'm talking about, so Cy here in his affidavit, talking about he retired from law enforcement, started ZX. We maintain software supports every known call detail record provided to law enforcement. The system has analyzed over 3 billion calls from call detail records. My question is, how often do they update that? When they're doing their mapping. How often are they mapping and adding the new, like, right? How are they adding in? Is this only, I'm just asking, is this only call detail records that were produced in a warrant, or is this like all the calls that they're mapping? I probably sound dumb right now, honey, to you, but that's why I was asking you. My question is, can't they go back and map that night? Now that it's like 2.5 years later, wouldn't all the data for that night exist, or no? They update it as necessary. Oh, okay. Drag and drop CDRs and it auto maps. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So to date, the system has analyzed over 3 billion calls from call detail records provided by cellular phone companies in the United States. 2021, LexisNexis purchased ZX and to date is still using and selling the software I created, right? So this is Psy software. That's why it's always funny to me when people say Nicholas Balance is going to destroy Psy Ray. I'm like, okay. As a result of this experience, I have worked directly with engineers at the cellular phone companies for over 2 decades, and I am intimately familiar with the type of data they maintain in the normal course of business and provide to law enforcement through a legal demand process. In addition to my law enforcement experience, I have instructed classes on utilizing cellular records in criminal investigations for nearly 20 years. I have had over 30,000 law enforcement officers attend these courses and or presentations on this subject matter. In 2014, I created the first geolocation cellular investigation subject matter expert course in this field, offered to state and local law enforcement officers. As a result of this work, I have established well-known and used best practices within the discipline of call detail records analysis. Over 1,000 law enforcement agencies have attended my courses on the subject matter of cellular records analysis, to include the FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, DEA, and Department of Homeland Security. Through my work in this discipline, I am regularly consulted by the prosecution on investigations around the world. As a recognized subject matter expert in this field, I have testified in the matter more than 100 times throughout the United States in both federal and state courts. Apart from this case, all my testimony in this field has been on behalf of the prosecution. It is only in rare cases and circumstances that I have ever considered working on the side of the defense. Oh, get their whole fucking ass, sigh. I have worked extensively with timing advance data from the cellular phone network providers over the past 15 years. I have testified to the use of timing advance data numerous times. I have created and taught hundreds of classes on the subject matter to law enforcement. I am extremely familiar with the type of timing advance records available from U.S. cellular providers, their retention periods, and the legal process to obtain those records. Sidebar, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that when we just got those little signed swear under oath, this is true, from AT&T, we couldn't provide those records because it was past the 7 days. It was past the 7 days. I'm going to go on a sidebar here and say that's bullshit. Timing advance. Timing advance records are maintained by cellular network providers that provide a time measurement. This time measurement refers to the amount of time it takes a radio signal to travel from a cell site to a mobile device and back to the cell site. Given the signal travels at a known constant speed of light, it is possible to use the measurement to determine the distance from the mobile device to the Given this signal travels at a known constant speed of light, it is possible to use the measurement to determine the distance the mobile device is from a known cell site. When multiple cell sites record timing advance data in short periods of time, it is possible to use trilateration to determine the location of a mobile device. The use of timing advance data in this manner is one of the most accurate ways for law enforcement to locate a mobile device. Given these records are available in a historical context, it is possible to conduct an analysis of timing advance data to pinpoint historical locations of a mobile device at a given date and time. It is also possible to determine routes of travel, stagnation, and when a mobile device is powered on and off. As a result of its accuracy, requesting timing advance data has become standard practice for all law enforcement in the United States and is regularly requested through legal process relating to a criminal investigation. AT&T timing advance. In 2021, August of 2021, I was approached by an FBI special agent to assist in analyzing a type of record set identified as AT&T timing advance report, and it was the first time I was made aware of this type of data from AT&T. Upon request, I can provide the date, time, location, and FBI agent I assisted with the record set. So, AT&T wouldn't provide us with those records in 2022. You fucking liars. FBI could get them the entire time. FBI got them the entire time. That's what I've been saying. All they did, all Payne and Mowry did, the FBI. We're going to go through here what the prosecution and law enforcement did in this case, and I've said it many times. Well, they got the data from AT&T, and they went and supplied it to the magistrate as though that was what was returned to them from AT&T, when in actuality, the FBI got it for them via another back door, just like the IgG, just like the fucking DNA. Everything's backdoored. As of the year 2021, AT&T had not officially released a timing advance report to law enforcement. Therefore, the ZX software program did not yet support AT&T timing advance records. As a result of this interaction with the FBI, I obtained a copy of the timing advance report from the special agent and forwarded it to our software engineers so they could write code within the ZX system to support future uploads of timing advance reports, of this timing advance report format. The next day, I was informed by the special agent that the AT&T timing advance report was not supposed to be released or viewed outside of the FBI, and that individual requested I return the report and not have any software developed to support the data that they had shown to me. I did return the report, however. Due to the interaction explained here, there is a paper trail documenting the facts of the interaction. I have firsthand knowledge that AT&T was providing the FBI with timing advance reports prior to August 2021. AT&T legal demands. During my careers, plural, working with call detail records from every cellular provider in the United States, I have been involved with thousands of cases in which call detail records are obtained from these companies. Leading the way in the establishment of best practices within the field of investigation, I wrote and provided custom search warrants for every provider and distributed them to thousands of law enforcement officers in the United States. Get their whole ass side. Get it. Assisting them in the legal process of obtaining the vast and ever-growing amount of data set offered by cellular providers. I have worked with the AT&T Global Legal Demand Center for over 15 years. I have firsthand knowledge that the AT&T GLDC is one way, not the only way, for law enforcement to obtain call detail records from AT&T. Sidebar, this is like Bicca Barlow here, huh? Remember when Bicca Barlow and Gabby Vargas and all of them said, well, yeah, they could do it this way, but there's also another way, another secret, super secret backdoor way that law enforcement. Well, Cy Ray came to say the same thing. Well, yeah, And, when it comes to the phone stuff, here we go. Guess what? FBI also has another super secret backdoor way. They always do. I have firsthand knowledge that there is another way to obtain call detail records from AT&T without going through the Global Legal Demand Center. Over the course of many years, AT&T has had several different programs in partnership with federal law enforcement, primarily the FBI, well, of course, that allowed for call detail records to be disseminated to the FBI without going through the standard Global Legal Demand Center process. Well, holy shit, beep, beep, bitches. The first AT&T timing report I was presented and had a chance to review and become familiar with in August of 2021 was obtained from AT&T through one of these programs, not through the Global Legal Demand Center. I have been involved in numerous investigations where AT&T call detail records were obtained through these AT&T programs outside of the Global Legal Demand Center. I have firsthand knowledge and experience in working with individuals at AT&T associated with these other programs. One such individual is Boyd Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Mr. Jackson is a program director at AT&T who manages many of the programs I am referencing. Mr. Jackson is the primary contact for the FBI when requesting records outside of the Global Legal Demand Center process. The Global Legal Demand Center disseminating timing advance reports. The state is correct in their claim that AT&T Global Legal Demand Center did not provide law enforcement with AT&T timing advance reports until May of 2023. As a matter of fact, in May of 2023, the working group known as GLDC had only begun their storage of timing advance records. The first official release of AT&T timing advance data was not provided to law enforcement until June 15, 2023 by the Global Legal Demand Center. In 2022, the FBI obtained AT&T timing advance records from another source outside of the Global Legal Demand Center. Beep, beep, bitches. AT&T timing advance records in the state's possession. During this investigation, law enforcement obtained the following AT&T timing advance data. A. 2 of the victims had AT&T phones. Law enforcement obtained AT&T timing data on both of their phones. But I thought you couldn't get it. Oh, but I thought AT&T wouldn't provide you those fucking records then. Law enforcement developed an early investigative lead in this case. That person had an AT&T phone at the time of the crime. At the time of the crime. Interesting. At the time of the crime. Maybe they don't have an AT&T phone anymore. Maybe they're not alive anymore. Could also be an option. Law enforcement obtained his AT&T timing advance data. Ooh, so it's a he. Well then. Law enforcement developed an early investigative lead in this case. That person had an AT&T phone at the time of the crime. Law enforcement obtained his AT&T timing advance data. Interesting. Law enforcement also requested a tower dump consisting of AT&T timing advance data. This request involved AT&T providing all of the connections between two specific cell sites in Moscow during a 2-hour period. Two specific cell sites in Moscow during a 2-hour period. Interesting. The data produced was AT&T timing advance data. I thought you couldn't get it though. I thought they didn't give you that. In all, there were over 3,800 AT&T mobile phones identified in the timing advance tower data dump. Well, just like we were talking about in the last live that we did regarding this stuff. So, like I said, basically what the state was saying is, yeah, no, you know what? It's really weird. Don't know how it happened. We were able to get the AT&T timing advance reports for 3,800 other fucking people on the tower dump. We just literally couldn't get them for Kohberger. We got them for 2 victims, a different suspect, 3,800 other people, but oopsie fucking poopsie, we just can't get them for Kohberger. Sorry, guys. The AT&T timing advance data was obtained by the FBI using an internal source at AT&T, Mr. Boyd Jackson, who is not associated with the Global Legal Demand Center Working Group. Global Legal Demand Center was not used to obtain this data. A forensic examination of the AT&T timing advance records in the state's possession show Mr. Jackson's association with the reports. There is work product in the state's possession created by the FBI showing the AT&T timing advance data was not only obtained but regularly referenced and used in the course of this investigation. Its existence is well known to the investigators and the prosecutors. He's about to drag his balls across their faces. Chain of custody. The state has provided a certificate of authenticity to defense in relation to the timing advance records described above. The certificate of authenticity was created in April of 2024 and issued by the director of the Global Legal Demand Center, Stephen Gordon. Well, oops, Stephen Gordon, he clipped your fucking nuts. He clipped your nuts, buddy, because you swore to that under oath, and oops. CSLI has previously worked with and is familiar with Mr. Gordon. The certificate of authenticity specifically states, quote, from Stephen Gordon, I am qualified to authenticate the records and attach hereto because I am familiar with how the records were created, managed, stored, and retrieved, end quote. CSLI says, I have personal knowledge that in the event Mr. Gordon was required to testify, he would clarify that prior to May of 2023, neither he nor the AT&T Global Legal Demand Center Working Group was involved with AT&T timing advance records. Additionally, there is forensic evidence contained within the records that indicate they were not produced by AT&T Global Legal Demand Center, nor were they produced in the year of 2024. Oopsie poopsie, Mr. Gordon, you swore to it. Certificate of authenticity was created in April 2024. Additionally, there is forensic evidence contained within the records that indicate they were not produced in 2024. In reviewing this data, I contacted and communicated with Mr. Gordon to clarify the chain of custody related to these records. Mr. Gordon and an AT&T legal representee informed me Mr. Gordon would not be the individual to certify these records if required to do so, despite issuing the certificate of authenticity. Holy shit. Wow. So Mr. Gordon here, along with AT&T's lawyer, a lawyer for AT&T, informed CSLI Ray, so Gordon wouldn't have even been the person to certify these records, even if required to do so, despite the fact he issued the certificate of authenticity, whatever. Holy shit. In my review of this information, there is evidence to suggest the chain of custody involving these records and the certificate of authenticity were produced well outside of AT&T's normal practice. There is missing information and data associated with the request. The prosecution's prior claims that AT&T timing advance data did not exist in 2022 further complicates this issue. It is my expert testimony. Any testimony proffered on behalf of the FBI or AT&T on this matter would clearly reveal these issues. Bring them on in. Let's get them to testify so we can clarify and clear up these major fucking issues they have. Evidence in direct contradiction to the state's motion. In my review of this investigation, I have read numerous emails sent and received by law enforcement pertaining to their investigation. One such email, dated 11/15/2022, was sent to Prosecutor Ashely Jennings at her Latah County government email address. This email is from Moscow Detective Lawrence Mowry. Fucking Mowry's in the chat right now. Mowry, you sandbagging son of a bitch. Mowry, I know you're in the chat here. Detective Mowry, listening, right? You sandbagging son of a bitch, you. What did you do? What did you do? You emailed Jennings and had Jennings write your warrant? You son of a bitch, Detective Mowry. I know you're in my chat listening. Anybody, if you're new here, Detective Mowry is not really in my chat. It's just someone with the name of Detective Mowry. So I'm just being a snarky ass, okay? I'm just being a snarker. It's just snark. It's just jokes. This email is from Moscow Detective Lawrence Mowry. The email is informing Ms. Jennings of Detective Mowry's recent contact with the FBI Special Agent Balance. Special Agent Balance informed Detective Mowry that AT&T can provide timing advance data and to make sure it is listed in the search warrant. Detective Mowry is specifically asking Prosecutor Jennings to make sure the AT&T timing data is listed in the warrant prior to the report ever being distributed by the working group. Okay? Prior to the report ever being distributed by the working group, well, Mowry's here because he got his little suggestion from Balance at the FBI, and now he's making sure Jennings here writes his warrant up correctly for him. You know, make sure you do the shit right, Jennings. Don't fuck it up. Ms. Jennings did respond to Detective Mowry's email inquiring on the specific verbiage. She's literally like, Mowry, find out exactly, get me the exact verbiage I need to put in this warrant to obtain the AT&T timing advance records. This email is abundantly clear evidence that Ms. Jennings was not only aware of the existence of the AT&T timing advance in 2022, but also shows her intention to obtain it through legal process from AT&T. Holy shit. Well, Jennings is... Well, I don't know, Jennings. Holy shit. This email communication with Prosecutor Ashely Jennings is the same Prosecutor Ashely Jennings who filed this current and contradictory motion stating AT&T did not produce timing advance records in 2022. Fucking mistrial, man. I'm saying it right now. Hitler better toss this shit. He better dismiss these charges. I don't care if we're past the point for dismissal. Nope, something's got to be done. I don't know what can be done, but something better be done. There is clear and convincing evidence that not only was the FBI able to obtain AT&T timing advance records in 2022, but they did so with the knowledge of the prosecutors involved in this case. Prosecutorial misconduct, man. Misleading the magistrate. You lied to the courts. You lied to Hitler. You lied to Judge. You lied to Megan Marshall. You went to every magistrate and lied to them all. You perjured yourselves in front of no less than 3 magistrates in your state. Jennings, Bill, Mowry, Payne. Wow. Holy shit. There's clear and convincing evidence that not only was the FBI able to obtain AT&T timing advance records in 2022, but they did so with the knowledge of the prosecutors involved in this case. Missing AT&T timing advance. In my review of this investigation, based on pay attention. This is Cyree here letting you know, based on my training and experience, Okay, Payne Mowry, the real expert here, based on his training and experience. It is incredibly unusual that the defendant's AT&T timing advance records were not obtained by the FBI. It is unusual, isn't it, Mr. Ray? The FBI demonstrated their ability to obtain AT&T timing advance in November of 2022 by obtaining AT&T timing advance records for over 3,800 mobile devices, none of them being the defendant's. When it comes to location data from AT&T, timing advance data can be some of the most accurate data available. Additionally, it contains connections to the network other than the typical voice, text, or data connections. This allows law enforcement to not only see more data, but more accurate data. Anytime a defendant's locations are in question, a timing advance report would be asked for as a standard operating procedure. Moscow Police Department, by way of the FBI and with the knowledge of the prosecutors, demonstrated their awareness of the standard procedure when they obtained AT&T timing advance data on over 3,800 mobile devices. Let's not forget 2 victims and a different perpetrator. When detectives and prosecutors requested and served 2 different search warrants to AT&T on the defendant's AT&T account, they requested the exact same timing advance data they previously did when they obtained timing advance data from AT&T on over 3,800 mobile devices. They also maintained the same process in utilizing the FBI to serve the legal demands on AT&T. There is no different verbiage. There is no difference in the verbiage, legal process, or individuals that produced AT&T timing advance data on 3,800 mobile devices, and the request for the defendant's AT&T timing advance data that allegedly yielded nothing. There is no difference in the verbiage, legal process, or individuals that produced AT&T timing advance data on 3,800 mobile devices, and the request for the defendant's AT&T timing advance data that allegedly yielded nothing. Right? What do you mean you don't have his, but you have these 3,800 other motherfuckers, you liars? Liar, liar, pants on fire. Additionally, on December 23rd, 2022, the FBI sent a communication directly to AT&T specifically detailing their request for the defendant's AT&T timing advance records. There is no reason to believe AT&T would not respond to this request. It is my expert opinion AT&T timing advance data did exist for the defendant's AT&T mobile device in 2022, and it was requested from AT&T by the investigators involved in this case. The investigators previously demonstrated their ability to obtain AT&T timing advance data in 2022. Failure to produce the defendant's AT&T timing advance data is either a gross deviation from standard practice or it's intentionally withheld from release and discovery. Conclusion. It is my expert opinion in reviewing all the evidence that has been disclosed by the state that A, AT&T timing advance data was available on the defendant's phone in 2022. B, there is overwhelming evidence showing the state obtaining and using AT&T timing advance data in the course of this investigation in 2022 on over 3,800 AT&T mobile devices other than the defendants. There is no doubt the author of this current motion, Prosecutor Ashely Jennings, knew or should have known AT&T timing advance data did exist in 2022. She was directly involved in the legal process obtaining it and was aware of the work product created from it to further the investigation. The current motion is a deliberate misrepresentation to the court to further conceal false statements used to obtain probable cause against the defendant and conceal exculpatory evidence from the discovery. Balls across your face, Jennings. I am prepared to provide witness testimony and relevant exhibits that support all my opinions contained in this affidavit. It is my belief this evidence is beyond clear and convincing and will be supported by any competent expert in this field who reviews all of the data. This is not a battle of experts. The evidence supporting the opinions in this affidavit is overwhelming. In my nearly 30 years of working with and for prosecutors all over the United States, I have never witnessed such a deliberate attempt by prosecutors to mislead the court on evidence in such plain sight. Anyone making such a claim would have to believe the court is incapable of reviewing physical evidence in possession of the state and defense. It rises to a level beyond a simple miscommunication or oversight and is clear and intentional misrepresentation in the hopes to conceal a much larger issue. I respectfully request the court give this affidavit the due attention it deserves and explore the issue further, meaning let me testify on the ninth, bitch, so I can blow you all out of the fucking water. That's what Cyree is saying here. Holy shit. Well, friends, back to chat. Oh my God almighty. Wow, wow, wow. 217 people listening, watching. Hello. Holy crapola, I was in another window reading. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Holy shit. For fuck's sake, Fitziana, did I finally see you, darling? Are you here? Where is she? Did I just see her in chat somewhere? Oh my God. Guys, if I missed you in chat, I'm sorry. Bunny, Rochelle, Meanie, Yvonne, Phil Biggs, how you doing? Hella excited utterances. What up? Dory, Batsheet, hello. Joanne, Tara. Who else am I missing? Mish Girl. Holy shit. Sorry, friends. You know, if I'm in another window, I can't see you, man. It is what it is. If you jumped in chat and I missed you, I'm so sorry. Hello. So yeah, Cyree just came. He dragged his balls across their faces. For fuck's sake, Fitziana, there you are, right brain. Hello, honey. You ready for this? I know you already were. Where's Viv? Well, California Kane, Viv and I called a truce with Viv, just so everybody knows. Her and I have a truce. Truce, you know. I think even Viv is going to take one look at this and go, holy shit. I think even she'll say, oh, fuck. Maybe she will, maybe she won't, but I'm pretty sure she will. But Viv and I have called the truce, you know. I'm not here to fight with people on YouTube. I'm not here to fight with creators. That's not what I want to do. Too fast for fleas. So, all right. So, yeah. Looks like what Cyree is saying here is give my affidavit the attention it deserves, right? Hippler, what you need to do is give this affidavit the attention it deserves. Respectfully, I request the court pay attention here. And yeah, I want to come testify on the 9th, and I want to come tell you, Hippler, what the fuck is going on here, because what they did is absolutely out of pocket, out of bounds. Yes, Rochelle. Well, I have some of my pep back, darling. Yeah, I am feeling much better today. Cyree has given me renewed energy. But it's also probably the numbing patch too, and the muscle relaxer that I took about an hour ago. That's probably what's really, really helping, honey, I would say. So what do you guys think about that, huh? So Cyree back in the day said, I reserve the right to change my mind. And now what he's saying is, well, actually, they never even, all of this shit they claim about Bryan Kohberger's phone all these times, being near the house, being near the crime scene. Oh yeah, oops, oopsie poopsie, our bad. We actually never even mapped any of that, and we have no evidence to back any of that up. We have absolutely no data or analysis or reports to back up us claiming he was anywhere near this house or this crime scene. Oopsie, our bad. We were hoping you were just going to take our word for it, honestly, Your Honor. That's literally like what the state is. Honestly, the FBI, all of these people, they're like, we were really just hoping you were going to take our work for it. We never fucking expected you were going to ask us to actually show the work. What the fuck? That's literally what it seems like happened here. They were really under the impression they were never going to have to show their work. And, I would like to know why Jennings and Bill here, why the state is under the impression that, oh, well, we're not going to use it. We don't have to give it to you, right? If we're not going to use it, we don't have to give it to you. I don't know why the fuck they're under that impression. I have no idea why the state would think just because they aren't going to use something at trial doesn't mean the defense can't. All the bank records, right? These self-authentication of records and all this shit. They went through all of this to get the bank records for the victims, turn it all over in their discovery. And then now they come back and they're like, no, actually, we're not going to rely on any of that. Once the defense comes back and says, hey, we're missing some of these bank records, and some of these bank records look like they're for other people, not victims, victims' family members. Some of these are certified for 33 pages, yet you only gave us 16. What's up with that? All of a sudden, the state's like, oh, fuck, scratch that. We're not going to use it at all, actually. Just kidding. Like, wow. Vonda, how you doing, honey? Too fast for please, be right back. Well, okay. Yeah, that's why Bill freaked out about the stalking, huh? Echoes, I know, right? Yeah. Let me get over to my chat here. Yeah, they both know, 100%. That's right, for fuck's sake, Fitziana, they knew the whole time. Mac, how you doing? Yeah, exactly, Mac. Yeah, I was just saying that in the beginning. Had any of this information for Cy Ray, right, come out, if all of this affidavit right here was in support of the state and the prosecution, you would have every mainstream media pundit, along with half of the true crime creators here on YouTube, literally licking his taint and doing nothing but talking about his affidavit if it supported the state and the prosecution. But because it doesn't support the state and the prosecution, they're going to try and besmirch his good name. And, it's okay. He'll clip their nuts too when they do it. Know what I'm saying? Fuck around and find out. Cy Ray is kind of, he'll just give you the rope and let you hang yourself with it. And that's exactly what happened here, right? Sometimes you just got to give them the rope and let them hang themselves with it. Angel D, there you are. You're getting a hello. Calm the fuck down, Angel D. My chat's flying. I'm trying to get to everybody here. Hang on. There you are, honey. Yeah, see, sometimes I go to click on someone's comment too, and if another comment comes in, it'll go click on the one up above it. The hell is happening with my shit? What's going on with this? Yeah, my chat's all messed up, man. What's going on? I'm missing people left and right. Mish Girl, how you doing? Who else am I missing? Donna Salamander, hello. Let me get up here. April Marie, you feel like the kids are in protective custody. Well, I don't know about that, honey. Defense is claiming there absolutely was definitely 4 dead bodies in the house. Sorry, friends, had to mute for a second. My daughter was asking me a question. So yeah, April, sorry, honey, getting to your thingy here. I'm almost positive. I don't know that these 4 are in protective custody. Just you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm almost positive that the defense is definitely certain 4 dead bodies were in the home. Catacomb Man, hello, how are you? Yeah. Well, I agree with you on that, April. Usually there's an agenda behind it when the MSM is touting one end. I get that, and yes, Ethan was buried. Correct. Yes, thank you. Design Rhythm, welcome on in. Thank you for being here. All right. Oh, well, thanks, Phil. No, I mean, Lana's the goat, we'll give it to her. She's my muse, right? Lana's the goat. I'm just some snarky old bitch sitting over here. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry, Kane. I had to mute. Sorry, I was talking to my daughter. Sorry. You know, I mute when my child comes to ask me a question because as much as I love y'all, she's off limits. The internet's not allowed to have any part of her. You know what I mean? The autocorrect up the Miss Potts comment above. So yeah, okay. So it looks like oh, here we go. Sunday best church wear, crime scene assignment. Yeah, and his click history. I know, right, Bitsy? Yeah, I agree with you on that, Mac. He wouldn't even get involved. Well, and he stated too. Every case except for this one. Every other case he's ever worked, he's always sided with the prosecution. For whatever reason here, whatever he saw in this case, he knew, nope, can't side with the prosecution. Furthermore, what I'm looking at is absolutely exculpatory to the defendant. So, yeah, Angel D, snarky old bitch, that's me. I'll be back soon. Don't worry. I'll be back to normal soon, friends. Okay, you got a little bit of snark tonight. Not a lot, but that was mostly from my Mercy cat. I knew she had to go to bed, and I wanted to make sure she got to take this all in before she had to go to bed tonight. Bunny Murphy. Oh, Vonda. Oh, Vonda. Oh, Vonda. It's like you're saying the name Wanda, but with a B, and I like it. Vonda. So how long do you think it's going to take before Ashley Banfield or Jennifer Coffindaffer or Brian Enton or any of these people go live? Have any of them gone live breaking news yet with Cy Ray's affidavit? Anyone? Anybody, I know that you guys are out there on the YouTube streets. So how many of these mainstream media people are going live right now with breaking news, Cy Ray saying, hey, State of Idaho FBI, you lying sons of bitches. How many people in the mainstream media are going live about it right now? Mercy cat, I hope you get a good night's sleep, honey. That was it, darling. It was only those 2 things. You can drift off to La La Land now. Happy as a clam. Hello, Scott. How are you? Welcome on in. Beep, beep, bitches. That's right. Fitzy. Beep, beep. Barbie Jeep. I know. Tomorrow we'll go over tomorrow we're going to go over the Ann Taylor too. Telling Jennings in the email, oh, what do you mean this fucking dollhouse you're building? She literally calls it a dollhouse. And, it just shows me that as much as everybody likes to think Ann Taylor's really soft and she's very, I gotta tell you, it would appear that behind the scenes, Ann Taylor's a motherfucking gangster is what she is. I'm here for it, right? I'm here for it. I want to see her take the gloves off. You're going to tag them in this live stream. Ah, shit, there you go. Yeah, they're going to talk about just the mask and the knife, right? Yeah, I know. after the weekend, Elisanda. Yeah, they're still harping on the Amazon. I know, right? Radio silence. I would imagine. I figured it wasn't going to be many people going live about this. What about like any of the guilters on YouTube? Any of the people who think he's like entirely guilty, right? Any of them going live right now? Breaking news, affidavit of Ray? No, not even Daniel over there. What's that other girl's name there? That forensic chick, forensic frenzy. Not even she's going live about it, huh? No, she doesn't want to pull up the Garrett discovery right now and put it side by side with Ray's affidavit. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Well, friends, that's all we're doing for tonight. It's getting late. Tomorrow, I promise, Too Fast for Fleas, 70 pages. So, yes, for fuck's sake, Fitziana, we'll be doing that tomorrow, darling. The authentication. I promised Too Fast we would do that tomorrow. Yeah, by a non-authenticated person, exactly. Who's live tonight? Kane, GCD is right now. Cool. Because I'm about to end this shit. So you guys can all go head over there. Go see JJ over at the Operation GCD podcast. Okay. Link is right there. Tomorrow we will cover a few more things. I will do the 70 pages for Too Fast. And then, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Maybe we'll do something else on Sunday or something. We'll see. I am trying to work here and there when I can, but I'm supposed to be taking it easy and not working as much as I usually do. So we'll see. We'll see. What time? I'm not sure yet, Yvonne. It's probably going to be, I would say, a nooner. We'll plan for like a nooner bangarang tomorrow. Sound good? Hopefully that works for Too Fast for Fleas since it is for her. Hopefully a nooner. We'll do a little nooner. Yeah? Sound like a plan? We'll try and get through as much as we can tomorrow. I know there's a lot to catch up from the other stuff that I had to catch up on from before, life happened. And so we'll catch up on what we can. Love you guys. Have a great night. Mods, I love you. Thank you to every single one of you who put in a little super sticker, super chat. If you sent a little something to the Cash App, love you, appreciate you. It will go to the coffee fund. Solar eclipse at dawn, y'all. Oh, snapperoo. You better be up early. I'll be up early. Solar eclipse at dawn. Sounds good, Fitzy. I'll get up wicked early, okay, honey? And I'm going to text you when I'm up so we can watch it together, even though we're not together. How about that? Life of Riley. Everyone loves a nooner. That's right. I will try to feel better, Mac. Thank you so much. I'm healing up. It's okay. We'll get there. Thank you, Batsheet. No ADHD. Falling down my stairs did, darling. So, yeah. All right, guys. I love you. Mods, love you. You guys are awesome. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.